today to introduce to you our online program, The Self-Revering Woman. What we mean by self-reverence is a deep respect and honoring tinged with awe. That's the meaning of reverence. And when you apply that to yourself, it's incredibly powerful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we haven't actually seen any other programs that are based on this principle. And to actually truly engage in your process of healing, it must come from that space of self-reverence. And this is a self-perpetuating cycle, because when you act from self-reverence, which is to make your choices and decisions from holding yourself in that place of the highest regard, then healing is going to happen. And the more you heal, the more self-reverence and self-love that you will have for yourself, which again in turn will create more healing. So, to begin with, we'd like to ask you some questions.
Have you begun to realize that there's much more to your pleasure than you've ever experienced?
Much, much more.
Do you feel frustrated and disappointed, trapped in a body that feels numb and unresponsive?
Mm-hmm. Are you too familiar with the pain of not being seen and the disappointment of not having your needs met in your relationships? And do you find yourself resenting your partner for an experience that feels one-sided and unsatisfying to you?
Do you feel hopeless when you look at yourself in the mirror and feel like no one actually sees you, even if you're surrounded by others?
Do you feel frustrated with your own inability to connect at a deeper level with who you are and to trust your own intuition? And as a result, do you hold others at a distance, not knowing who you can trust?
At some level, are you hiding?
Yeah. Do you believe that you must be perfect, continually giving from an empty cup and hiding any part of yourself deemed to be socially unacceptable, like sexual desire, sadness, and most definitely rage?
Does society have you playing a role where shame keeps you from discovering and exploring your erotic nature, while guilt drives you to engage in sex anyway for the pleasure of your partner while selling out on experiencing ecstatic bliss and true intimacy that is your birthright?
You should be sexy, but not sexual, right? And even then, you're walking a fine line, because if you dress too provocatively, you're asking for it. Too plain, and you're a drudge.
You should be attentive to the pleasure of your man, but not desiring pleasure yourself.
That would be selfish, and it would make you a slut.
No wonder nearly 25% of women in America are taking antidepressants at 2.5 times the rate of men.
That's a lot. Do you feel like you have already done so much work and still not created the results you desire?
Do you secretly wonder if there is anything that will actually work for you?
Yeah, that's a big one. Are you frustrated with the way most of the healing being sold out there ends up just being another coping mechanism to make you a little more comfortable living in the confines of the limits of your trauma?
Are you done with selling out on yourself to satisfy the expectations and demands of others who don't see and appreciate you?
Yeah. Have you had enough of putting your own healing on the back burner as you show up and nurture and heal others, and then having that blow up in your face?
Are you done with merely existing and not actually living?
Yeah.
Have you come to realize that unless you claim it, your time will never come?
It won't. Are you ready to break free of the lies that your trauma and mainstream society and spirituality have been selling you and discover who you actually are underneath all that bullshit that you're not? Are you prepared to reclaim your power, tap into your passion and purpose, and open up your body's sacred, ecstatic, blissful, erotic nature? I've been there. I have walked the path of my limitations and others' expectations. I've felt the isolation, the pain, and the frustration, the utter desolation of hopelessness, of wanting to leave this realm of existence. I have read the self-empowerment books and tried so many of those coping mechanisms sold as healing, and nothing actually worked until I finally chose me at the deepest level possible. I took the deep dive into the most intense and vulnerable work I have ever done, and engaged in releasing the trauma and emotions stored in my body from a lifetime of intense repression, shame, and denial. I stepped into the path of sacred self-reverence and have been walking it ever since. My life has transformed. I have transformed from the inside out.
We have taken what works from all of this lifetime experience and deep healing work, and from that we have created a map to the journey that is powerful and magical, unique to the traveler, and yet the same in its essential processes to create real results.
And we are prepared to walk beside you on this journey, to hold that sacred space for you that is the safest, most unconditionally loved and supported you have ever felt, so that you are fully seen, felt, and heard as the beautiful, powerful being that you are in your full, authentic expression.
We have multiple levels of commitment to fit your level of readiness for this work, and each level of investment in you and your healing can be credited towards the next level of your growth and healing as you are ready for it. No more having to make a choice and then wishing you had invested in the deeper level of work, because you already have.
Yeah.
We have created this journey to be a win-win on every level.
Mm-hmm. And our exciting new offering can be found at the link below. We'll include it underneath the video.
You can schedule a free consultation with Freyja to explore further, create some powerful breakthroughs, and discover if what we have to offer is aligned for you and what level of support you desire. We have that link in the comments below as well.
Remember, the trauma-limited version of you can never live your destiny. Much love to you.
Bye-bye.